Hey YouTube, welcome back to my channel. About 15 months ago I did a video on this Mosin Nagant. It's just a standard 9130. The only thing that I did, as you can see, was I swapped out the rear leaf sight and I put in a custom mount with a scout scope for this Mosin Nagant 9130. I've taken it out to the range several times. It's a rather cheap scope. It's an NC Star, basically handgun scope. It's called the Pistolero. It also works as a long eye relief or scout scope in this configuration. The mount has been really great. I bought it from some guy on eBay that I think he makes them himself. Came with the rings. You know, for the price of this scope, I believe I paid maybe $35 to $40 for it. It's performed pretty well, but I thought it was time to give it a little upgrade. This is a 4x32. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, it's a 4x32, so it's a fixed power scope. 32mm objective with a 1-inch tube. And like I said, it works pretty well, but I decided to go ahead and get a better scope for this rifle. And to that end, I just bought this thing. Now this new one's not all that great in terms of the overall spectrum of scope quality. It's made by AIM Sports, and you know, it's another Chinese scout scope, Chinese made, but it's in keeping with the budget rifle theme of this. Here it is out of the box, and the main distinguishing features are, of course, that this is a variable power scope, 2:7 magnification. And it's quite a bit bigger. This old one is a 32mm objective, and this one's 42, so it's a whole 10mm bigger in terms of the size of the objective lens. The other kind of nice thing is that rather than having just the basic crosshair reticle like this one does, sorry about the helicopter, this new scope has it actually has a mil-dot reticle. You won't be able to see it on camera in this configuration here, but this one's got a mil-dot, so it gives you a little bit more flexibility in terms of ranging targets, you know, playing with bullet drop, things like that. But mostly it's got up to 7 times magnification. And oh, the other thing is this scope is kind of a little bit more rough in terms of its adjustments. Each click, windage or elevation equates to half an inch at 100 yards, so it's a half MOA per click. This new one's a quarter MOA per click, so it gives you a little bit more fine-tuning in terms of you know, getting your shots on target and grouping your shots and things like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this off camera and install this new one, and I'll show you what it looks like. Now, I have a feeling, I can kind of tell just by looking at the scope side by side, I believe this is a 30mm scope, and this is a 1-inch. So that's nice because this is bigger, it gathers more light, but I won't be able to use the old rings because these are for a 1-inch scope. Now, this AIM scope does come with its own hardware. You know, not the greatest quality rings, but you know, they work. I'm sure they'll work fine, but as you can see, they're kind of high. They have this see-through hole, so that I guess in theory you could use your iron sights as a backup. Only problem is that I've removed the entire rear sight, so this is not really going to be helpful for me. And I have a feeling that this scope's going to sit too high. So I'll put it on there. You know, I'll take a look at it. If it's too uncomfortable to get a good cheek weld, then I'm just going to go ahead and order some better 30mm rings that are of the low variety, so I can get this scope down as low to the bore axis as possible. So I'm going to take this one off, put the new one on, and I'll show you what it looks like. Okay guys, I got the old scope off, and as I suspected, this new scope is a 30mm scope, which is nice, but I won't be able to use the old rings. A lot of people, I don't know, for some reason I got a pretty favorable response in terms of overall views on my video that I did on this last year. I don't think I ever showed you guys what the mount looks like without anything on there, so thought I'd go ahead and show you that. This guy on eBay, he's actually really good. I've been real happy with this Mosin Nagant mount that he makes. It's held at 0. It hasn't moved an inch, even with all the recoil from the 7.62 by 54R. It's never moved, so I've been real happy with it. I'm not sure if he's still selling them on eBay, but in case you were wondering, that's what it looks like. So let me go ahead and put the new rings on. I know they're going to be really high, but I just want to show you guys what it looks like on the rifle. And then, you know, I'll probably order some better rings for it. Hang on. Okay guys, there it is. It's on there. I just gave it a quick installation. It's not sighted in or anything, but you know, just like I thought, these rings are just too high to work for me. So I think as soon as this video is done uploading and you guys are, as you're watching it, I'm going to get online and see if I can find some low 30mm rings. Overall, my first impressions are pretty good. I was just looking through the glass. It looks pretty clear. As clear as you can expect for a, you know, sub $60 Chinese-made scout scope, but still pretty good. You know, in keeping with the budget rifle theme, like I said before, I think it's going to work pretty well. You know, besides the comfort and having to hold your head too high off the stock of the rifle, the buttstock, I think the most important thing is, especially with a rifle like the Mosin Nagant that was sighted in originally to kind of shoot high at 100 yards anyways, if you have the these high rings and you have that scope so high off the bore, there's a pretty good chance that you might run out of downward elevation, meaning that you're going to adjust the scope as far down as possible and you're still going to be shooting too high at closer distances like 100 yards. I'm going to get some better rings for it, but I just wanted to give you guys a quick look, and I'm pretty excited. It looks pretty nice. I think it's going to be a lot more usable than the previous scope. That's the AIM Sports 2-7 by 42 scout scope with a mil dot reticle. Thanks for watching.